Hi, everyone, and good night to everyone. Good evening to you. Welcome to my living space, your living space, our living space, with your host, Kenton Augustine. And I'm so glad that you are on tonight. Tonight, we have a very wonderful program in store for you. Tonight, we're going to be talking wellness. Today's podcast will explore what's changing in the pool and wellness industry and what it means for builders, designers, and homeowners alike. So I'm your host, Kenton Augustine, and we are diving into what I believe tonight is most, the single biggest shift happening in residential pool build today. The move toward hydrotherapy as a lifestyle feature, not a luxury add on. I repeat, as a lifestyle feature, not a luxury add on. And we're going to cover two things today. First, a news update on a product that's gaining general buzz in the industry events this season. And second, we are going to talk about the category of pools, yes, that I think is perfectly suited, positioned, tailored to ride this wellness wave. And that is mini pools. All right. So tonight, if you're a builder, a designer, a homeowner thinking about your next project, this episode is for you. Let's get into it tonight. Tonight, I'm going to go to my magic screen here tonight as we talk about this feature tonight. What am I talking about tonight? All right, so let's start with the news. The news that Blue Orbit brings hydrotherapy into the entire pool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you have been to any major pool industry events this season, you probably heard the name Blue Orbit. Or if you're reading, avid reader, and you are looking at pools, you would have heard the name Blue Orbit being tossed around. It's a new system from Riverflow, a company already well respected for its powerful swim in place and lazy river production technology. But tonight, Blue Orbit is something different. Tonight, they're offering something different tonight, and we're going to go to a magic screen. Let's just do one household check before we continue tonight, and let's see if that we are on. Are we on? Absolutely. So here we go. So if you can look at the picture closely, yeah, you'll notice that there are ripples in the water. Ripples in the water. It's not about high-powered resistance swimming. Instead, they are creating a gentle, continuous, circular current throughout the entire pool. Think of it like a slow, whole whirlpool effect. The water moves around you, not at you. It moves around you, but not at you. Now, why does this matter? Because the industry, my friends, has been talking about hydrotherapy for eons, for years, but mostly in the context of spa. Uh-huh. You have your hot tub, your therapy jets, your seating nozzles. Hydrotherapy live in that corner of the backyard. What Blue Orbit, my friends, what Blue Orbit is doing is taking that sensation, that let me get that word right, therapeutic moving water experience and expanding it into the entire swimming pool. Everybody in the water feels it. You know, and if you're a builder, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? A client comes to you and they say, well, we want to have a pool and a spa because we want to have that massage effect. But guess what? BlueOrbit, BlueOrbit, they are now bringing in the entire feature, not just in a corner of the pool, but the entire pool. And the feedback from top builders has been telling. Brian Van Boa, co-founder of Genesis and one of the most decorated designers in the industry, says hydrotherapy features now come up in almost every client conversation. And they come up at the beginning, not as an afterthought. Yes, my friend. And Marco Perillia, a veteran builder who's been working with Riverflow systems for about a decade, said something really interesting. He noticed that once clients have moving water in their pool, they use it more for the sensation of movement than for actual lap swimming. The experience of being in moving water was the point. And from a wellness science standpoint, Riverflow's Denise D. Torinian, who is also a physiotherapist and nurse practitioner, explains why that resonates so deeply. Moving water encourages constant small body adjustments, balancing, stabilizing, which improves coordination and joint mobility. And the song and sensation of circulating water helps shift your brain out of a heightened stress, my friends, and into genuine relaxation. So there's real science behind why people love it. And BlueOrbit is a well-timed product in the market that is absolutely ready for it. So, my friends, this is going to be the emerging trend because if they have it, it's going to soon become expanded into other territories. Moving water. Now, let's look at something else. Now, here's the thing about the wellness conversation, and this is important. It does not require a large pool. I repeat, here is the conversation tonight we're going to have, and this is important. It does not require having a large pool. All right. Let me just put this thing on not disturb because tonight we're going to be looking at some serious things tonight. So, what do I have for you folks? In fact, some of the most compelling hydrotherapy products on the market today are compact. And that opens up the conversation to a much wider group of homeowners. Think about your backyard. Maybe you are in a busy urban area, townhouses, rooftop terraces, secondary outdoor spaces. People who want the benefits of water, the relaxation, the movement, the daily ritual of getting in, but don't have the space or the budget for a full-size pool. That may be you tonight. You may be looking at getting maybe you are beginning your first Airbnb, maybe you are doing a fixer-upper, and maybe you bought this house and you're doing a fixer-upper, but you don't have a lot of space. You don't have a lot of space. But you want to add that wellness feature to your experience because today, Airbnbs, we don't just sell a space. No, we sell what? We sell an experience, don't we? So this is what I'm talking about. So tonight, and that's where tonight our topic comes in. That's where mini pools comes in. And specifically, I want to talk about the Portcril mini range because I think it represents exactly the kind of product this wellness moment is calling 24. So, before I go any further, we are going to go to our first ad, and then we'll be right back where we're going to dive into those mini pools. We're going to dive into each of those pools. We're going to talk about them. We're going to look at them. And guess what? You can give us your feedback. You can ask us your questions. And by the way, before we go to the break, I want you to subscribe, like, share the link, share the live, tell someone you're on. This is my living space, the space where we talk about swimming pools and we talk about kitchen bath because we are into your entire living space, inside and outside. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. That, my friends, welcome back to my living space, your living space, our living space. That, my friends, was a beautiful pool. Now, Portcril is a brand under Superior Wellness, and their mini pool range is a thoughtfully designed lineup of 5 models. That's correct. Let's increase our volume here. Of 5, how much? Of five models. Each one targeting a different use case, but all sharing the same philosophy, and that is high-end wellness in a compact footprint. So tonight, we're going to walk through. Let's go to our magic board again. Tonight, we are going to walk through more of our mini pools. So tonight, let's go to our magic screen as we look at our mini pools tonight. All right. All right. So we're looking at our mini pool range tonight. And we have, first up, you have the Diva 24. The Diva or Diver 20, Pool 24. Yeah. And as you can see on screen, you're seeing 2 models, the Diver Pool 24 and the Diver Relax 25. So let's talk about the Diver Pool 24. This is the entry point of the range. It measures 6.2 feet by 7.9 feet, about the size of a large soaking tub. Shallow at just 2 feet deep. It has a single circulation pump, water heating, filtration, chromotherapy lighting, and a bypass system. This is your pure relaxation and cooling pool. Just beautiful, clean, conditioned water in a minimal space, my friends. Think of it as a modern plunge pool. It fits on a patio, a terrace, besides a garden wall. It's for the homeowner who wants the daily ritual of pool, clean water immersion without the complexity of a full pool system. So that's our entry model, the Diver 24. And let's go to the Relax 25. The Relax 25. So Let's zoom in a little bit more on it here, so you can see a little bit bigger here. Can we go bigger here? Yes, yes, we can. Now we step into a hydrotherapy territory. I know that's right. The Diva Relax 25 is a slightly larger. It is 8.2 by 7.5 feet and deeper at 2.6 feet. Guess what? It has 3 sitting positions, a dedicated massage pump, a circulation pump, chromotherapy, water heating, and bypass. And by the way, when I use the word chromotherapy, what am I talking about? Well, it is the use of lighting system in the pool of LED lights that changes your mood, that relaxes you, that puts you at ease. That is what I'm talking about tonight. So this Diver 25 is essentially a high-end therapy pool. The massage pump powers targeted jets, giving you that spa-like level hydrotherapy experience in a compact vessel. 3 people can use it simultaneously. It's elegant, it's quiet, and is designed for daily use. For builders, this is one of the most versatile products in the range. It sells on wellness, it sells on lifestyle, and it fits into spaces where a traditional pool never could. So we are looking at 2 pools, and we're going to now go to our second ad, whereby we're going to see some more of these pools. And we are back. So that was a snippet of those pools showing you some of of the build features, showing you some of the raw details of those pools. Yeah. So we were looking at. Let's go back to a magic screen. So we were looking at the Diver 25. We have gone through that. Now let's get into another territory. We are gonna get into the diver pool 42. Diver swim 42. Yeah. So here we go. So let's see. Now the diver swim 42. Same footprint as the diver pool. No, we're in diver pool. Now the diver pool 42 is at 13.8 feet by 7.5 feet. Now that's pretty decent, and 4.3 feet deep. You hear that? The diver pool steps into proper swimming territory while still being compact compared to a standard residential pool. It has a single circulation pump, it has water heating, it has filtration, it has chromotherapy, and it has bypass. This is the pool for someone who wants to swim. Not train at elite level, but do genuine laps, practice strokes, get that cardio going, folks. And it's sleek, it's minimal, and it punches well above its footprint. And I can tell you the price point is extremely, extremely great for those of you who are looking for one of these pools. Now the Diva Swim 42. Notice the word swim. All right. Same footprint as the 42, 13.8 to 7.5 feet to 4.3 feet deep. But this one adds a swim pump. That's right. This one adds a swim pump on top of the circulation pump. It also includes a dedicated filtration system. This is your swim-in-place mini pool. What I mean by that, swimming space, in case you are new to pools, what that means, it means it allows you, my friend, once it's activated, it allows you to swim against its currents, its high, strong currents, and you remain at one spot. So it is basically you. Yeah, get you. Yeah, there we go. Let's go last screen. What it is basically this is the pool here. This is you swimming. It allows you to just mean it to stay in front of the jet. You don't you and you just keep swimming. You keep doing those strokes over and over and over, and you can swim, swim, swim. This pool, my friends, this pool creates the current you swim against. So it is nearly 14, it is nearly a 40-feet vessel, and you can train continuously. It's what Marco Perilia's client was looking for all those years ago. A home training solution. Now you can deliver it at a compact, elegant package. For wellness-minded homeowners, triathletes, master swimmers, or rehab patients, the Diva 42 Swim 42 is genuinely a compelling product. So those of you who are training for Carafesta, and by the way, let me say congrats to all those Team St. Lucia Carafesta, for all those who did as well. For all the athletes, you went out, you represent St. Lucia. Hats off to you, Carafesta. And if you are a swimmer, yes, and of course we had our also our swim team as well, Carafesta. So if you're a swimmer and you want to up your game, you want to up your swim game at a much higher level, you need to get a Diva Swim 42. It is what Olympic athletes train on. The swim against current, it strengthens you, it tones you, it conditions you, helps with your breathing, and it gets you ready for competition. Now you can have, so essentially, you can have your competing training pool in your backyard by getting a Diva Swim 42. Yeah, a continuous current that you swim against. And as I said, it's good for triathletes, master swimmers, or rehab patients. Now, we are going to go into another category. Another category, yeah. Now, look at this beautiful. Yeah. Now comes the Mirage 3020. And then, my friends, we have the Mirage. We have the Diva series. Now we have the Mirage. This one is different in a very important way. Why? It's portable. Yep. The Mirage measures 9.8. That's a good size. By 6.6 feet with a depth of 2.3 feet. It has 4 hydrotherapy jets, a circulation pump, chromotherapy solutions, water heating, filtration, bypass, and it comes with a modular composite decking around that you can configure around it. Uh-huh. The portability changes the conversation completely, folks. Renters can have it. Let me slow down here. Slow down here. With the Mirage, renters can have it. People who move can take it with them. It can go on rooftops, a courtyard, a deck, anywhere structurally sound enough to hold it. You can put this pool, my friend. You bring the wellness experience to the homeowner, regardless of whether they're in a position to do permanent construction or circuit builder, installer. You can give your client a permanent construction that they can move anytime they want to. I know it sounds crazy, right? Yeah. But yeah, this pool is absolutely fantastic. So you a renter, your guests say, well, we want a pool. Guess what? But we want a pool in the backyard. You can pick it up and you can put it in the backyard. You're not a guest. We want to pull on our rooftop because these days everybody building these modern houses with roof, right? You can put it on the rooftop, so it's structurally sound. You can put it in the garden, put it in the patio. It is portable. A matter of fact, if you sell your house and the guy says, I don't want a pool, you can pick up your pool, put it on a truck, and go with it. It is a portable hydrotherapy all in one. And by the way, I must tell you, well, I got to inform you. I got to inform you. This particular model, it has wonderful hidden secrets. What are the secrets in this model? Well, you may very well have you may be an athlete, or you may have an athlete who comes and say, you know what, I have special needs. I am training. I want fast recovery. This pool, it comes with a heater, but it can also be outfitted with it can also be outfitted with a chiller. Ah, so you can have a chill tub and a hot pool in one body. Where else can you get that level of wellness? What I mean by a chill tub, by the way, let me just pause here. So chill tubs have immense benefits for recovery from injuries, after games, overall wellness, boosts your immune system, it helps with pains and aches, and it's a good way to get your day started. So this Mirage pool, it can also include, so you can drop. Are you hearing me? Listen to me. You can drop your temperature to 3 degrees. Yeah. And have that ultimate chill-tub experience. Or if you want it warm, you want it feeling nice and warm, you can flip the switch and you can have a warm pool. So this pool packs, of course, that's an added feature, but this pool is versatile. It is versatile, portable, sleek, beautiful, and it's a pool you need to have. Now, so let's zoom out. Let's really zoom out. Zoom out. Why are we talking about all of this together? Blue orbit, mini pools, hydrotherapy trends in the same episode? Because they're all pointing at the same thing. The pool industry. The pool industry is in the middle of a genuine value shift. For decades, the sales was about recreation and aesthetics and how big can we make it? How beautiful can it look from the house? Or it was more of an issue of, okay, I have a certain lifestyle, so I can get a pool out because it looks good. But no, the pool industry, it is moving beyond just looks. It is moving into the area of wellness. Wellness. So that whole talk about just having a pool because no, that conversation has gone away. But it has been joined by a new one. Homeowners today are asking, what does it do for my health? And think about that. Health these days, it is worth more than gold. So what can a pool do for your health? What does it do for my stress levels, my sleep, my recovery, my daily routine? Yeah? Ask yourself these questions tonight. Water. Water has always been therapeutic. For those of us who live in St. Lucia, maybe um, hey, you go to maybe Virgin Beach or something, and you either sit in your car or you get outside and you sit on the sand and you just enjoy the waves coming and go with the ebbs and flows. And that just you going by the seaside, by the beach, sitting down on the sand or in your car and the breeze blowing, that water does something to you. It changes your whole atmosphere, it changes your whole mood, it gives you that therapy that you've been looking for. And today, my friends, pools are not just for looks anymore, but pools now are about health and wellness. So and yeah, how do you relax? How do you recover from injuries and how do you distress? My friends, water has been therapeutic always, but the industry is now meeting that instinct with products specifically designed to deliver on it. At every point and in every backyard size, mini pools, like the ones that I showed you, are significant because they demonstrate, they show us that it's possible. A homeowner, picture this, a homeowner with 320 square feet terrace can now have a genuine modified wellness feature. A builder, if you're a builder tonight, you can sell hydrotherapy. Yeah, you can. You really can. You can sell hydrotherapy to your clients who will never have been candidates for a full pool project. And for builders, that's, my friend, is an opportunity for you. As Brian Van Baal put it, if you can add something to a project that makes the client happier and makes you money, that's a win-win. The wellness wave is not a trend, my friend. The wellness wave tonight is not a trend. It is a structural shift in how people value their home environment and water. And water, my friends, is at the center. Remember COVID-19? I don't know. We don't remember that. But there was this mad crave to stay at home and have your pool. And tonight, I'm offering each and every one of you your chance to have your, not just a pool, not just not just to have it look nice, but to have your own wellness hydrotherapeutic center at your home. And those of you who are into Airbnb, you can sell the experience of wellness with a mini pool. So that's going to be it for this episode of My Pool Space, Your Pool Space, Our Pool Space. To recap, we have covered Blue Orbits bringing genuine hydrotherapy current to the entire pool, a meaningful evolution of spa-only therapy. And tonight, of course, our mini pools range from Superior Wellness, offers 5 distinct models, from the compact Diva Pool 24 to the swimming place Diva 42 and the portable Mirage, giving builders and homeowners more ways to deliver wellness in less space. So if you're a homeowner, if you're a builder, start talking about wellness. You know, if you're a homeowner, know that the options have never been better or more accessible. You don't need a large yard or a large budget to invest in your well-being through water. I repeat for emphasis, you don't need a large yard or a large budget to invest in your well-being through water. Tonight, my friends, you can definitely contact me. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a dialogue. You and I, let's chat. You know, let's see how we can best fulfill and meet your needs. And I want to. So what should I talk about? It's talking about we are going beyond just the pool for looks, but we are going into the pool for wellness and therapy. I mean, in a mad, crazy world today, so much going on, so much happening. The news is so crazy. You know, your pool is a place to escape, unwind, relax, and just meditate. So, tonight, friends of mine, by the way, if there are any questions tonight, put it in the chat. Feel free to ask me a question. Anything that you want to know, any questions, any if you have a burning question or something you want to hear about, you can feel free to ask me tonight as you go this. If not, let's go to our contact. Oh, before we go, let's look at one more ad again of our nice pool. We'll be right back. Stay All right. So how can you contact me? Reach me at 484-2022 or send me an email. Let me up tonight. Let me up tomorrow. All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful night. Be blessed wherever you are. Stay safe. And think about pools in a brand new way. Think about pools as wellness, therapy. Think beyond just aesthetics, but think of pool as a new form of therapy. Until then, good night. See you next Thursday for another episode of My Pool Space, Your Pool Space, Our Pool Space with your host, Kenton Augustin. Thanks tonight for joining on. Peace.